Let's hear now from Colin Caughey, Director of Policy at the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission.
The first point I would make would be the need to inform yourself of what are the ongoing public policy discussions, what are the activities of relevant committees, whether here in Northern Ireland or in the Westminster Parliament, what have political parties said in relation to it, and then trying to identify a few contacts within the political parties, contacts with specific MLAs or MPs that have an interest in that. You'll find contact details for MPs and MLAs are quite readily accessible. Now, if you email them, you may not get an MLA, you may not get an MP, but you will get someone in their office usually. And if what you're saying is of interest to them, then they're likely to pick that up and respond. Don't be concerned if you get knocked back the first few times, because you will find someone who has an interest in your policy area. So every political party here will have their own staff and will have policy staff within them who you can contact. They'll have certain individuals who'll be experts in different areas. So identifying who the expert is in the particular policy area you're focused on and trying to make contact with them is a key approach. Now, they can be quite inaccessible, but what you could do is attend meetings of all party groups or make yourself more visible in terms of events that take place around the Assembly or around Parliament, and then try and make contacts through them. If it's possible for you to get media exposure in relation to your area of research, so that people, if they Google an issue and your name comes up, that's always helpful. Also responding to discussions on social media and attending events, I think is a key thing. If you see an Assembly committee debate, even going and watching that session, maybe contributing or discussing the issue with MLAs afterwards is always useful. The Assembly has all-party working groups that are focused on specific issues, and some of those groups are still meeting even in this current period of suspension. So there's an opportunity there for researchers to contact the secretariats for those groups and to make their pitch, if you like, in terms of their research areas and make proposals for some activities that those all-party groups can do. So all political parties will have manifestos that they will have brought to the public at the time of the last election, and in that they'll have made commitments across a range of areas. So if you find that your particular research priorities are reflected within the manifestos of those parties, then you can make contact and use that as a basis upon which to start a discussion to set out for them how your research can assist them in delivering on the commitments that they've made within their manifestos. At the minute, MLAs are still in post, so there's still some opportunities to have initial discussions with MLAs. But one of the things is that we know that there's a backlog of legislation building up that's going to have to be passed by the Assembly or by some other mechanism whenever there's a resolution to the current impasse. So identifying what is within the in tray of the relevant minister that has responsibility for the areas that you're interested in, and seeing if your research, seeing there's things that you can do with respect to your research to make that of more use for public policy decision makers, and also make contact with the civil servants who are responsible for that area, who are obviously still there working away.